What's up, wavy gang? It's your girl Ray, and we back with another banger on my channel, gang. So listen, y'all, today I'm coming with the story time of what happened between me and my mom. I know it's a lot of people that following me since the beginning, you feel me? Y'all know me and my mom, like, we never really had like a really close bond. We fell off because of various reasons of me, you know, liking girls. Just, you know, the way I am. So this video is more so like video of me opening up to y'all. This is a story that's actually very personal to me. I don't usually tell anybody this story other than my friends. My personal friends are like a woman that I'm talking to. This is a very personal story, but I feel like now, like, since I got time to actually be on YouTube and actually invest my time, I can finally like start opening up. But I told y'all I'm a very private person. But with this story, I hope this story can help a lot of kids out there, you feel me? I know y'all probably want to hear like just a wild ass story time, but I feel like this story time gonna be very beneficial to kids growing up with parents not accepting their sexuality. So I'm gonna give y'all like the backstory of how everything started with me and my mom, and we just gonna go from there. Y'all please don't leave no negative comments, because this is a real sensitive subject for me, and I want y'all to know that. Like, a lot of people do know that. So any harsh comments, anything, any comments towards my mom, anything, you automatically getting blocked. I don't play about this shit, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all right now. Like, this is real personal. This is me opening up to y'all. I really hope this really help kids out there. Let's get into the video, gang. Alright, y'all, so I'm gonna just give y'all a little backstory, and I'm gonna try to like fill it in as I go by. So growing up, I came from a Christian home, you feel me? Every morning my granny get up, she prays, she read the Bible all throughout the day. She was really invested in the Bible. Like, she spent her whole time trying to get close to God while she was on this earth, from what I saw. You know, growing up, we lived through the Bible. I never really confirmed my religion. I never said, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm this, that. I never done that. But as far as my grandmother, she did. She was a Christian. She was a part of her church. She did everything. Backstory, I was adopted at 18 days, and I lived with my granny for the majority of my life up until she passed away. So I never was really with my mom. My mom came around, don't get me wrong, she came around, but I'm gonna give y'all a backstory too, including my dad, because this is gonna help fill in the pieces. As I was growing up, I remember spending time with my dad, but like, my dad was in the streets, you feel me? So like, he would give me, like, I kid y'all not, my dad would give me anything that I wanted. When I was younger, I wouldn't lie, like, I was a real spoiled kid. My mom would get us anything we wanted for Christmas, just buckload, a toy, everything. Like, anything we asked for, we got it. With my mom not being around, I spent a lot of time with my granny. She came around, like, she came, she got us stuff, you feel me? She did everything she was supposed to as a mom growing up. Back to my dad, like, growing up, I would spend time with my dad. I was more of a daddy's girl than a mama's girl, in my opinion, because I remember going to my dad's house, actually spending time with him. And if y'all don't know, my name, Raynisha, comes from my dad, and his name is Raynard. But yeah, back to the story. Growing up, I spent a lot of time with my dad, but my dad ended up getting into some mischief, and he ended up going to jail. So throughout these period of times, my dad was gone for years. So it was just me and my granny, you feel me, and my mom. But at some point, my mom, like, veered away from each other, I should say. And I don't really know when this time period happened, but like, we just started veering away from each other. So growing up, you feel me, that's when I started getting into sports. I would honestly say sports is what really kind of like put the icing on the cake, being around a lot of females, you feel me? That's how it happened, honestly. Like, sports really can trigger a young mindset. Now we finna get into the story time, now that y'all know the backstory. So y'all know, at some point, me and my dad veered apart because he ended up going to prison. Me and my mom veered apart as I started growing up, and I was still with my granny. So whole time my granny been taking care of me for these years growing up. One day, y'all, I decided to go to one of my friends' house. So how I was younger, like, I wasn't a bad kid at all. Growing up, out of my mama kids, it was 8 of us. Y'all know my sister died, so now it's 7. But I never was a bad kid. I was always a kid making straight A's on honor roll. Like, I was just always the kid that wanted to make my granny proud. Like, she just, you feel me, my granny went through a lot raising us, like my mama kids. So me and my granny would have a lot of conversations, just growing into a mature adult, you feel me, doing what I gotta do. Through this time period, as I'm growing up, it was one day I decided to go to my friend's house. I was having so much fun at my friend's house because I was always, you know, in the house doing homework, you feel me. I didn't really move around as a kid, of course, because I'm young, but like, I would go outside, but I was really heavy on doing my homework, just being a studious person. I decided to go to my friend's house, and after school one day, knowing I wasn't supposed to go to my friend's house, and this is how I know, like, this was all God's plan, because it would have never mapped out like this. When I went to my friend's house, I was supposed to stay over there for 1 day. I wasn't even supposed to be over there, honestly. I don't even remember. I couldn't even tell y'all what I told my granny, like where I was at. But all I remember is I stayed over there for about 2 or 3 days. The whole time my granny was texting me, asking me where I was lying about it. You feel me? I was young. I was being defiant. I can admit this. Like, I was a kid. You know, when you want to hang with your friends, you would sit there and you would lie and try to do anything to hang with your friends. And I just didn't want to be in the house. Like, I enjoy spending time with my friends. So one day, my granny texted me, you feel me? She was asking me where I was. I told her I was somewhere, but it was somewhere that I wasn't. The whole time, like, my granny trying to figure out where I was, because she kind of knew something was up. At this time, 3 days go by, my granny still like trying to figure out where I'm at. One morning I wake up. This is the morning I actually was finna go home, but I was trying to get my lot together so it would all make sense. I get a text from my mom. I knew when she texted me it was something weird. Like, it was just something weird in my spirit, but I'm like, you know what, I'ma just respond because she might not know what's going on. So my mom texted me and she said, Ray, where you at? I was sitting there asking my friends, like, should I tell her where I'm at? Like, should I just be honest, like just tell her like this is where I'm at? Because I didn't want her to like go to my granny and be like, oh, she at da 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 da. My mama was already getting suspicious that I like girls, so I really didn't want to tell her like, oh yeah, I'm at so and so house, because she would have thought like that's my girlfriend. But that wasn't it. It was just my friend. And back to my granny, I didn't want to tell my granny either because my mom was getting her head about that too, like, oh, Ray like girls, da da da, you feel me? Like, I really didn't want to be honest with my granny because I didn't want her to just start treating me different. I grew up with my granny. I didn't want something my mom was telling her to affect our relationship. So I ended up responding to my mom and I was like, I'm at blank house. My mom texted me out, and this is how this story is crazy because all of this was like a setup. When my mom texted me and asked me where I was and I told her, she said, all right, I was just trying to see where you at because we finna get ready and go to Six Flags. All like, we finna take all the kids. We all just about to go to Six Flags. And if y'all don't know, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know what Six Flags is. It's an amusement park. So she was just like, I want you to get all your stuff and get ready because I'm finna come and get you. So send me the address. So I'm just like, okay, bet. This don't make sense then. I could just be like, whole time I was with my mom and now she bringing me back. Like, I was at her house and I'm just now coming from my mom's house. When she told me she was on her way to come and get me, I'm getting all of my stuff together, you feel me? And I just really had a bad feeling, but I'm like, nah, this can't be, like, I'm young. So I'm just like, this can't be nothing. Like, she finna just get me and we finna actually go to Six Flags. This is how it started, y'all. My mom comes and get me and I get in the car with her. At the time, I had this little cell phone and she asked me, she said, oh, Ray, can I use your phone to call my boyfriend? Because I gotta tell him, and it was something pertaining to the plan as to us going to Six Flags. So I'm just like, yeah, you can get my phone. I give her my phone, and my mama's phone at the time, it wasn't in sight. Because I looked to see where her phone was at, because I'm like, why are you using my phone? But she didn't have her phone in sight. When I gave my mama my phone, she stayed on my phone until we got to my granny house. So I was confused, like, with this conversation. It's kind of like she was dragging the conversation, but I'm like, I'm not paying attention. In my head, I'm like, girl, I'm about to go to Six Flags. Like, I ain't worried about this conversation. I'm gonna go in the crib, tell my granny, like, this is who I was with. Boom, go in the house. Because my mama wasn't gonna get out the car. So I'm like, I just go in the house, say, oh, granny, my mom outside. You know, she looks, my mama's outside. I've been with my mom this whole time. I get out the car and I go in the house. I go in my room. So I start getting my clothes together because I'm thinking we finna go to Six Flags. I heard my granny door open. I heard my mama coming in the door like, yeah. And I got her phone too. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, going off. So in my head, I'm like, this was a setup. She tricked me into coming with her to now I'm finna get into like the serious issue. When my mama came in the house, she started saying like, yeah, I got her phone now. She was at that girl house, like just going off, and I'm like, what? Like, what type of time is you on? I told y'all I was getting my clothes ready to go to Six Flags. My mama get to telling me, you might as well pack your stuff because you coming with me. I looked at my granny like, do you hear her? Like, you know I'm in sports. You know I'm in school. And in my head, I'm like, you really trying to take me out of my sports? Like, is it that deep, bro? Like, is it that deep? At this time, y'all, I'm just like, I'm looking at my granny like, is you gonna say something? Like, how's she gonna do this? Like, you know what's going on. So my granny already knew that I was lying about where I was at because my mom had already told her where I was when I told my mom. I'm just like, wow. So y'all, I'm sitting here packing my clothes. I just stopped packing my clothes. My mama was in there talking to my granny. I heard her say she not getting her phone back until her senior year of high school. what? I haven't even made it to my freshman year, and you talking about my senior, and I'm taking her out of sports. She not doing sports till her senior year of high school. I'm hearing all of this, y'all, and I'm a kid, so this is really like triggering me. So I went and I stood on my granny porch, and I just started crying, man, because I'm just like, at this point, bro, like, my life is ruined. I end up packing up all my stuff, you feel me? And my granny was just like, bro, you lied to me. You know, there's nothing I can do to defend you. Like, this your mom. Like, and now you gotta go with her. And I'm just like, bro, I didn't spend my whole life with you. How you gonna make me go with this lady, bro? Like, you already know she already expecting that I like girls. Like, and it ain't that I hated my mom, y'all feel me? But we just wasn't close like that, so I didn't want to go with her. Boom. I pack up all my stuff, I go with my mom. Y'all, I can't even tell y'all what went through my head being with my mom. All I know is when I got to her house, she told me I couldn't be on my phone. I couldn't talk to my friends. I couldn't do nothing. I could not do anything. And my mom worked. So when she left her house, my brother and sister be there in and out, like my sister, but nobody was really ever there. So my mom would be working. I'd just be at the crib watching my little niece, bro. It was just like, I didn't want to live like that. I could be somewhere playing sports, you feel me? And it's all because my mom figured I was gay. At this point, I'm at my mom's crib, you feel me? I'm thinking of the fastest way to get out. Whole time I was staying there, y'all, my mom thought I was just chilling. I was thinking of my first escape to get away from her crib and get back to my granny house. Cause I'm like, if I get back to my granny house, there's no way she finna let me go back with my mom. Like, if she see I really don't wanna be here, she's not gonna make me stay. So this is probably about 2 weeks that went past. I end up figuring out a way how to, at this time we was using Skype, Uvu. I know y'all know about that. One day my mom came in and she saw that I was on Skype with one of my friends. And that's how I had to talk to them. I didn't have no phone, y'all, for like almost a solid month. Like, I was just there. I wasn't talking to nobody. I was to myself. I was bored out of my mind. It was the summertime. I was supposed to be somewhere playing basketball, but I'm at my mama's house on punishment because she didn't want me liking girls. After that, like, when my mom made me come with her, y'all, not gonna lie, that made me hate her. That made me hate my mom to the fullest, because I'm like, you done took me out of my sports. You done took my phone. I can't talk to nobody. You telling me I can't do this until I'm a senior in high school. Like, at that point, I didn't have no love for my mom at the time, because I'm like, you don't do your child like this. I don't give a f. Like, I don't care, bro. I don't care how mad you are at me. I don't care if you think I like 10 girls. You don't ever supposed to do your child like that. I was just like in my head about it. I'm like, bro, I want to get away from this lady. That was the first, like, that was the only thing going through my head at the time, y'all, I promise. One day my mama went to work. My cousin came, or my brother. It honestly don't matter. Somebody came. I told them, like, can you take me to granny house? Like, I'm finna get my stuff and can you take me? I was on the time frame because I say it was like the afternoon and my mom got off work around like 6 or 7. I don't know. It was like late. And it was about 4 in the afternoon, so I'm just like, I gotta get out of here before she get back. So I get to packing up all of my stuff, y'all. I packed up everything. And I got in the car with my cousin and I went back to my granny house. When I got back to my granny house, y'all, oh, this is a story, like, I don't want to get emotional because this is honestly just when I got back to my granny house, y'all, my granny was so happy to see me. Like, need I remind y'all, that was like my best friend. Like, me and my granny, me and my sister, those was my 2 rocks. So it's like, I'ma say this right now in this video. People sit here and try to judge me and try to come after me, but it's like, nigga, I done lost the 2 most important people in my life. And y'all always ask me, oh, Ray, why don't you care? Oh, Ray, this, that. Like, like, them was my 2 rocks. It's not easy, and I just lost my sister. It's not easy, you feel me, going through shit like that. When my granny saw me, she was so happy to see me. She didn't even ask me why I came back. At the time, y'all, I used to sleep with my granny until I was like 13, 14. Like, that's how connected I was to her. My granny got me some pajamas. She told me, like, to go in my room and just watch TV and chill. It felt so good to be back in my room. Like, I felt so free. At my mama's house, I felt like if I say the wrong thing, like, it's gonna be an issue, bro. The whole time I'm like, man, my mom is finna come back tonight and get me, bro. Like, I'm not finna, this is just not finna work out. I'm sitting here praying, like, bro, please don't let my mama come back and get me. She ended up not coming that night. Next day, I say I'm getting ready for practice. My granny ended up telling me, like, you can go ahead and go to practice. Go do what you do. So I'm like, bet. Like, my granny really, like, want to see me do something with my life, you feel me? Like, she just was all for me at the end of the day, even from me lying to her, like, My granny was big on forgiveness. Like I told y'all, she stayed connected to God, so she was big on forgiveness. She ended up telling me to get ready for practice and she was gonna take me. So she in there cooking. I see my mama pull up. I'm like, this is just finna go left. I'm not finna make it to practice, none of that. My mama come in the house and she get the, oh, so you gonna leave my house? Going off. You might as well get your stuff because you come back with me. I looked at my granny like, all right, no, calm down, we finna talk. She, nah, mama, she done sat her and lied about where she was at, like just going off. So I'm sitting here looking at my mama, and at the time I was brushing my teeth, so I came and I sat on my granny table, y'all. I would never forget this because, bro, this situation was just so crazy. I'm sitting on the table and I'm just like looking at my mama like, damn, bro, you really doing this over you thinking I like girls? And I never could just see stuff from my mama's point of view because it's like, I just truly in my heart, y'all, and this is nothing against my mom, I just don't ever think if I found out my kid was gay, I would be like that. I just wouldn't. I don't even think I would just be so mad. Like, my mom was just so angry, bro, and I know her anger come from her thinking that she let my granny down, but it's like, you didn't even raise me, fam. Why are you sitting here trying to be a mom now? That's how I felt, y'all. I got to saying that to my mama. I'm like, bro, you wasn't around, nigga. Like, you haven't been here. Like, how you gonna sit here and try to be a mom now? Me and my mom just going back and forth. So my granny get the, all right, y'all, we not gonna be doing it. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. So my granny ended up telling my mama, like, you gotta go. You feel me? You not finna come in my house cursing, disrespecting me. Like, I'm your mama. You not, whether this your daughter or not, you not finna do this. My mama just looking like, what the hell? Like, why is you not on my side? And I'm just like, God, I thank you for putting my granny in my life, because I couldn't tell y'all how it would have been if I stayed with my mom. I couldn't have. And I'm not saying it like she a bad person, but y'all get me though from this story. Y'all see, it just wasn't looking good. Boom. My mom ended up going outside, y'all. All I heard is my mom crying hard, bro. Like, just crying. And my granny looking at me, she told me, she like, go ahead, you know, just finish getting ready. That situation put my granny under a lot of stress, y'all. A lot, because it's like, she didn't want to go against my mom because I was her daughter. But then again, she knew how the way my mama was moving about it just wasn't right. After that little situation, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I told my mom I hated her because I just felt like you didn't love me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you didn't care about me. For you to sit here and try to just keep forcing me to live with you and not do my sports and go to, like, not even go to school, but like not have a phone and all of that. It's just like, I didn't want to live with her. Then she was trying to put me in the school where she lived at, y'all, where my mom lived. Them schools out there, they was for like rat kids, like kids that just don't want to do nothing with their life, always in like drama, violence, all time. That's not the area I even wanted to be in. I'm just like, after that, I told my mama, like, I hate you, bro. I don't like you. I don't like you. Kids, y'all not. After that situation, me and my mama didn't talk for a year, a full year. We did not talk. I didn't talk to her. I didn't care to talk to her. It was about a full year in and no communication, none. And it's just like, if I would have never experienced that in life, bro, I would have never now. Like, I cherish every moment with my mom because I would have never thought we would have got past that. But it's just like, in that time frame when all of that stuff happened, y'all, I was a kid, literally, like kids growing up today. I felt like I couldn't get out of that situation because she was just so against that situation. Like, me liking her, she didn't even know at the time whether I like girls or not. It was just her assumption, and she was acting like this. So imagine if I was with her and she actually knew I like girls, y'all. It would have been a totally different subject. So this is what I'm saying to conclude this story, because that's how it all started with me and my mom, y'all. This is what I want to say to kids, bro. That year I went without talking to my mom, I needed that. I needed that, because the more we talked, the more I felt like I hated her. Just like, if y'all got parents that don't accept y'all, don't ever let them say something that makes y'all just feel less of y'allself. Don't let them say shit that make y'all want to kill y'allself. Don't even let them dictate y'all life. Because at the end of the day, we all got to grow up. You feel me? My mom had to grow up from that situation. I had to grow up from that situation. Time don't stop for nobody. They not gonna spend 10 years hating you for liking a female or liking a boy. Be real. They not finna spend their whole life trying to stop you from liking somebody because their life is still going on. They still got to pick up the pieces in their life. Me and my mom didn't start back really getting back cool till my junior year of high school, y'all. This was like my 7th grade year going into my 8th grade year. So yeah, I was pushing 12, 13, and back to what I originally was saying, me and my mom didn't start getting back cool till years later, till about my sophomore, junior year of school, and we still was not talking then. It was so many years that went past. What else could she do, y'all? My mama was tired. She didn't want to keep going against me. Like, she kept that up for years, trying to get my granny to just, I don't know, it ain't even to not like me, but to just realize that what I was doing wasn't natural, because that's what they say. That's what all the adults say. You liking this person, like the same sex, is not natural. Okay, I get that, but at the end of the day, none of us is perfect. None of us. And that's what I tried to explain to my mom. Like, I know my mama passed. You feel me? You can't judge nobody. You can't. Period. I love my mama to death. I love my mama to the death of me. Now, I can be honest about it now. But back then, it was just like, she would just go so hard over me liking a girl. But like I said, y'all, it all came down to her just feeling like she let my granny down with raising me, but you really didn't raise me. That's how I saw it. You really didn't. You was there, you got me whatever I wanted, but you really wasn't there. Back to summing this up, like I said, kids, don't ever let y'all parents make y'all feel less of yourself. If y'all got a safe haven to like go somewhere, go. Don't stay there, because they're gonna do whatever they can to manipulate your mind to thinking that you're just a terrible person. I promise you. If y'all got any type of safe haven, and that's like the best advice I can give y'all, because my granny was mine. If I didn't have my granny, y'all ain't no telling I wouldn't be in front of this camera right now. I probably wouldn't even be, I couldn't tell y'all what I would be doing right now if I didn't have my granny, bro. And it's just like, if y'all got somebody in y'all family that is gonna accept y'all, go be with them, no matter where they at. If you gotta get away from your friend, this shit will fuck with your, like, everything will be thrown off from a situation like this. So it's just like how I got through it, y'all. I prayed about it, I talked to my granny, and I stayed away from my mom. If they making you feel like, man, like, am I really just this bad person? Stay away from them, bro. I don't care if it's your mama, daddy. They gonna come around. They gonna come around, bro. Anybody that care about their child is going to come around, period. I don't care what nobody say. If your mama truly care about you, if your daddy truly care about you, years later, they gonna get over that shit, because they can't keep it up for 10 years. Think about it, y'all. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, even 4. That shit takes a toll on them, too. So as I'm saying this, don't give up. You don't have to. One thing that I do respect, though, like about myself that I did towards my mom, I don't bring that shit around her till this day. I don't do that. When I bring females around, I make sure we keep our distance. Like, I don't try to do nothing to rub her the wrong way, because I already know how she feel about it. So if you is on that shit and you just define your parents, that ain't cool either. Don't do that shit. It just make the situation worse. Do your best to still abide by their rules, but be yourself, bro. Just be yourself, because at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all, you can only live your life for you. For you, period. You can only be you. Like, you don't have to switch up because your parents don't accept you. None of that shit. Don't do none of that, because now you live in a false story. So that's why I be so big on this real shit. I try to stay true to myself, because if I didn't, like, think about it. Look at my story, y'all. If I didn't stay true to myself, like I said, I probably would not be in front of this camera right now trying to help kids out. I wouldn't. My mom would have took none of this shit. I wouldn't have none of this, and I know for a fact I would have, because how she was. So all I'm saying is, stay true to yourself. Be you. Your parents don't accept that, that's on them. Eventually, if they pray about it as well, they're going to get over it. Point blank, period. Give it time. That's what's wrong with our generation. We don't like being patient. That shit takes time. So all I'm saying is, for the kids out there, I can't say for the kids that's in like abusive homes from that stuff, I really don't have answers for that, because that's not my story. But this is my story, and I want y'all to know what my story with being myself. Now I'm here today trying to help y'all, and I stayed true to myself. I'm glad I stayed true to myself. And I really, really do hope and pray that whatever kid is going through any issues with their parents about their sexuality, y'all get through that as a family. y'all can find love again in that family, you feel me, and y'all could spend time with each other, because that's what I miss out of all of this shit. That time with my mom, I can't get back. My mom was getting older, I can't get that time back, you feel me? And that shit hurt, don't get me wrong, but it made me who I am today. So I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another banger. I'ma keep it brief. We out.